Hangouts? Okay. I'm going to first start this off by saying no one wrote their letter about you. So
Yeah.
that's good for you because due to the task at hand, you won't be fired this week because no one suggested that you should be fired. Hold on. Let me re-pull up your letter. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions just so I can judge because after I fire people, we're going to be doing one more individual challenge. And I'm telling everyone that now the challenge is you get to pick your own project that you want to do. It can be anything. Have never seen this in an apprentice game, and I want people to spend time because now everyone's been doing stuff that I've been interested in. And now
Yeah.
I want to see what y'all could do in something that you're interested in. It can be a video, anything. So that's the next challenge. So my question to you is, what do you think it is going to take for you to win the game um, moving forward?
For me to win the game, I have to keep up my organizational skills because I think that's been my stronger suit going in. Because I've won twice as PM, and each time I try to make sure I have everything organized. I need to keep up with that and like being creative and trying to think outside the box. Like if I keep doing that, I think I should be good.
And who do you think your biggest competitors are?
Um, Blake and probably Riley.
Okay.
I would say Devin, but I haven't seen Devin's work. I haven't worked with Devin, but I've worked with Riley and Blake, and they're both pretty good competitors.
Open. Okay, there we go. Sorry, your word was taking forever. The file was open. All
Oh,
right, so you haven't worked with Devin. And you won't get a chance to moving on because it's an individual week. I'm going to pull up your letter. I'm going to read it so that when people see yours, they can hear it. It says, Dear Miss Sharapova, as someone who has been very involved in this competition, I have noticed a couple of people who have been slacking in the game, and I'm not going to have this long introduction of the entire situation. I'm going to get right into it. The first person who I think should be fired is Connor. This is a contestant who I worked with several times in this game, and none of his behavior has changed. He never has worked as a team player, which in business world is a very important aspect. He waits to be told to what to do so he can last minute finish the task. That is not a quality of a successful CEO. You have to work with your team and speak to them to get a quality product. When he was project manager, the lack of organization showed, and he was not working with his team like he should have. When it came down to us having a partnership, he was present some of the time, but ultimately I did most of the work. I don't think he cares as much as some of the remaining people do. I think he should be fired for that. So, do you feel like Connor has consistently underperformed
yeah.
every single week out of everyone left the most?
Yes, I think. Wasn't he in the boardroom really early on? He was told to change how he does things. He's still not present. He's still very quiet and last minute on things. And that isn't a good quality. When you're trying to get a product done and put it all together, especially as project manager, and I was his project manager, and having to worry about if he's going to turn it in and if I have to do everything myself. It's just he's done that each round. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks so as well.
Oh, all right. All right. So the second person that I think should be fired is Ashley. In the beginning of this game, she was amazing to work with. She was actually trying and has showed she could lead the team. Then as the competition went on, she started to get slightly weaker and not as present in challenge. The challenge when she initially was fired was one of her weakest points of the game, and it really showed through her work. I don't think she cared anymore. When she was brought back, I thought she would step up and maybe prove that she deserved to be here. It was not until I was her project manager that I could see no change. I feel like I had to pull teeth to get some of her tasks done and almost thought I would have to end up doing them. There was no excuse either because I was told she was spamming other chats and being active in other games instead of doing the two tasks I asked her to do. I never had this issue with her before, and I think it's because she honestly doesn't care, and people don't care should not be competing anymore. So what are you referencing about the task that she did do that you like saw her commenting in other chats?
Oh, so I had for the wedding challenge, I had her do 2 tasks. We each got 2 tasks, and we're getting down to like the last few days. And she's like, "Well, I lost all my work." We're like, "Okay, just hurry and try to get it in so Riley can put it all into a nice document." Well, in the I think the viewers lounge in a Survivor Skype game, and my lovely boyfriend was just telling me about how much she was spamming and not doing her task. So I know she had time. She was spamming other chats, and I seen her active in like games on 10 Gaged, but she didn't want to do the task. And I felt like I had to constantly ask her, like, "Hey, Ashley, how's it going?" And I
If you
told
had a
Blake
rank
maybe I'd have to do
everyone
a task.
here left, how would you rank? If you had to rank every contestant left.
Like from best to worst.
Yeah.
I would put Riley, because I'm not going to include myself. I would put Riley at the top, Blake, Devin, Ashley, and then Connor. Oh, wait, no. Drake, Ashley, and then Connor. Because I forgot about Drake, sorry.
So I'm going to ask you some questions about, just some general questions about the other people that you didn't say should be fired. What do you think personally of Drake, how Drake has been doing in the challenges and his own personal performance in T-Apprentice?
Well, he's done pretty good, and I know like he had to start off in Boardroom 0, so he had a shaky start. He came in and won as PM. When he was on my team, he was constantly talking to me and asking questions and making sure I was giving him direction well, and he's very organized. And for people to say he's weak, he won immunity, I think, last week, so I think he's doing pretty good for someone who started at the bottom and almost didn't get into the game.
And then you say Riley is your biggest threat. Why do you think so?
He has the biggest background in graphic design, which I think helps him a lot and makes a lot of his documents or projects a little bit more clean. Yeah. Whereas sometimes I can't always get mine clean. I know a little bit of graphic design, but Riley is also really organized, has clean products, and he's my biggest competition.
And you don't think the time difference hasn't hurt him?
No.
Okay.
Because we'll do things late, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'll be on call," and he's always there, and it's like 10:30 at night for us.
All right, and then also, what do you think of Tyler? I know he's hosting a game right now. Do you think that's taken over, or do you think he's still like dedicated to this?
Well, it's hard to judge that because I've not worked with him, and I did when I'm in the Skype game he's in, or he's hosting, and he talked about how he did a lot of the work. And there's been several times where he did a lot of the work in previous challenges. So I don't think him hosting a Skype game is really hurting him because he's willing to do the work all by himself half the time.
And last but not least, what do you think Blake's biggest asset is? And then also, what do you think his biggest weakness would be?
Blake's biggest asset is he's a team player, and he's another one of those people who, if he's on your team, he's asking questions. He is like, "Becca, come check this, see if you like it." Very good about coming to me and getting feedback. I think his weakness would be he's not always present, which I get, he has a busy life. But that sometimes I think hurt him because in the wedding task, he missed a lot of the beginning stuff when I was or handing out tasks and stuff. So I think that hurt him a little bit. So his activity is, I think, his weakness there.
All right, that's really all I have for you. Like I said, no one wrote their letter about you, so you're not in any danger. I asked you not to let anyone know about anything before all the videos will be posted. And then I'm going to post the do-it-yourself project, kind of give some basic guidelines so that people aren't like totally lost and confused. And then after that project, the last however many people remain from however I fire that project will go to like one big final boardroom where the winner will be crowned. So that's just, I'm shooting to end kind of like, because I know people are in a lot of different games, so I'm kind of shooting to end like probably within the next 2 weeks, I would say. So we should be hopefully done by the end of May. But yeah, that's that. So you'll find out more results when more people schedule these. But
Okay.
thank you and good luck.